Yes. Let's. Cameras on. Hello.
In high school, I lived near a college that was known for having the best jazz program, one of the best jazz programs in the nation. So all the people that I hung out with there that were jazz students were really like talking about the skill and like the theory of the music. So maybe that's why I'm intimidated by it. But I think in New York, when you're just walking around and like you're in Washington Square Park or something like that, and you have like jazz clubs, it's a lot more approachable.
How long have you played here?
Since the beginning, I had piano lessons, and I wanted to play drums. So I had piano lessons. Until I could do what I wanted to do, which was play drums. And I was in the Air Force, and I used to practice all the time in my spare time. What happened to the drums? My father said, when I said about music, he says, you either have to play the piano first. And I wonder why. He says, they're going to tell you why you're cheating on those things.
I've been playing like most of my life. I'm originally from Colombia. And then I lived in Israel for like 10 years, then New York.
L'ambiance, c'est-à-dire le côté complètement underground, le côté qu'on puisse jouer, qu'il y ait autant de jeux, que ce soit vraiment vivant, que ce soit animé, et en même temps que des jeunes viennent faire des concerts de jazz ici, je trouve ça super.
Jazz is a free form of communication. It's a way of sending a message from the heart. It's about freedom, it's about feelings, it's about communication, it's about love, it's about the spiritual life. For me, jazz encompasses everything. That's why I dedicate my whole life to jazz. I don't do anything else. I mean, everything I do, I see it as jazz.
Como great jazz clubs in this town, and there's a lot of good music. I mean, I listen to music quite a bit, especially when I'm drawing.
About music? Primarily I was trained as a classical musician. So yeah, I played classical guitar for many years.
And then you stopped.
It doesn't pay the bills.
Willie Branch, Willie, homeless, but not for long.
I hear that it's like jazz place here.
People talk, you gotta see for yourself.
You love your neighborhood.
Nah, I don't like it. Because people don't stick together.
Fresh, you know. Yeah, always is a new people coming. Many styles there, but the young people is something expect something special thing in New York. Yeah, many changing always. So it's just one genre, but changing, refreshing in a many style. Sometimes mainstream is. Sometimes all the jazz music is mainstream. Sometimes it's free mainstream in the main, you know, everybody. And the freestyle sometimes, and the fusion sometimes. But depends generation.
He's a student at NYU, at University. So I'm trying to find interns. It's hard, I think, because I think if I had all the resources, it'd be easier, you know. I have a very strange haircut right now.
That's okay.
So how did you start modeling?
Someone just recommended it to me, and I went to apply for the job. But I mean, I'm an actress, and I have been.
You're an actress?
Acting for years. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So just like another way to make money in the city.
No, I've only been to New York City, and I've heard people telling me that New York City is actually really different than the other USA. So what? How?
Well, you just have a very diverse mix of people here.
Yeah, that's good.
You won't get to experience as much culture, different people.
A lot of people right now that are into the jazz scene are trying to play things that are exciting or new or like trying to be on the edge of doing something more than what people were doing in the past. And that's something that's just, I think, really just easy to listen to for anyone. The like smooth jazz. there's free jazz, which that is pretty much is you don't have music that you're following, and you're sort of just everything is actually made up on the spot and listening, all that. And then there's most other types of jazz where you're playing stuff and you can play notes that are wrong or don't sound good.
You have to play the fastest notes and fastest phrases, but music is not about that. Music is about life. It's about communication. What the aim is for you to be able to communicate and express your feelings through music. And jazz is the perfect medium for that, because there are no mistakes in jazz. You're playing and you play something that's wrong, and you make that something that's wrong be a part of your music.
I like New York though. It's a good energy, I think.
No, I just wanted to experience a lot of things, so it's time to settle down a little bit more. It's fun, it allows me flexibility, and being more of an artist, it allows me to basically be creative at the same time.
New York there's more stuff going on that is fun. I can step outside and like trip over something interesting.
On est devant le Smalls, on a mis du temps pour le trouver, mais on y est enfin arrivé.
My father. I said, "Can you take me to see Bird?" He said, "No." Well, we get lots of great recordings. You know what he told me? He said that music is bullshit.
Biba?
My father. He was a drummer. And he spoke weed.
But you gotta understand, it's like way before my mother was born, it was taught that black people cannot come on the north side.
So how do you introduce people to jazz then?
To be honest with you, they have to be somewhat introduced to it. Like, it's like photography, you know? You can't tell someone like, hey, go get a camera, start taking pictures, I think you'd be good with it. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? You kinda gotta get a chance to know that person. Feel them out a little bit.
Take pictures,
Right.
I just don't like
being in that.
being in the pictures.
It's okay, it's a video.
Oh, it's video. Okay, great.
Even better. You know, she put her highlights. I mean, that's for real. No makeup.
They told me I would never play again, but they didn't know who I had on my side. I was born by the river in a little tent, and oh, just like the river, I've been running.
Chiviar. You guys don't have that expression
Chiviar?
like you just all of a sudden you got shy.
Perfect.
You messed up. Hand down. No. My license plate, no. My name's Amy Carrera. Listen to all kinds of music. You're going to learn different things, and eventually they all come together. But I don't know, I just really liked jazz. I think it came from a lot of the, like Looney Tunes, cartoons and stuff. Sometimes they have classical music or jazz music in the background.
That's true.
So I would really listen to that. I don't know, I just fell in love with it. Or the drums will have a solo.
Yeah.
But everyone is working together to support the soloist. I think it's beautiful. And you have a basic pattern on the line, but you're testing everybody's creativity. Jazz is so freeform that because there's a bass pattern, you can add to it and make it as complicated as you want to. And then you come back to the bass pattern.
To me, it used to be jazz used to be a more narrow thing. Now it can be almost anything. And it's so hard to define because even jazz isn't that old. It's barely 100 years old.
Really fun to
Thank you.
watch, the energy that's coming off the stage.
Oh, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it shows, you know? It definitely comes through in the music.
Thank you.
So I really enjoyed it.
Are you going to dance? Are you videotaping?
Let's swing dance. Let's show them a little something.
We're all different out here, you know, and sometimes, you know, we may think that we may know something of someone, and they may be total opposite, but actually maybe a better opposite. Maybe something that's better that they want to do in life, you know? But sometimes we all have to figure out what's our calling and what we actually want to do.
There's a lot of like hip hop songs that really move people, and the lyrics really mean something to them in a way that is very similar to blues. So I consider a lot of things blues. I believe it's just really the feeling that you put into it.
So you just lose your feelings.
Yeah.
What sort of feelings? Any feelings?
I think it was B.B. King described it as if you've ever dropped your ice cream cone on the floor, you have the blues. My name's Kyle Roberts. I've been in Memphis for I think about 6 months. I had been playing around Wisconsin up north, and I was invited to play with Miss Ruby Wilson at B.B. King's Blues Club through a mutual friend of ours. Well, I traveled back and forth quite a lot playing with her, and then I decided might as well just move down there. And I've been in touch with another guy who plays over here, and I've been playing with him in Clarksdale, Mississippi, which is, people call that the birthplace of the blues. It's where Robert Johnson supposedly sold his soul to the devil and all that stuff. So.
does blues mean? That's That's a very interesting question because you get so many people saying different things. I personally, so there's a lot of people that believe it's the genre of music, like what we're listening to now, Muddy Waters, and it's distinctly that. But then you get some people who will say it's distinctly a feeling. My brother came with me, and another guy who I really consider a brother. His name's Gabe.
Why did you start playing blues like?
Why? Well, I didn't have a great childhood growing up, so it came kind of early on. I always grew up around old style music, and that was just because the people my parents hung around. So, I mean, I just kind of adapted that and just listened to it, and I really related to it, I guess. So.
Hey.
Because the blues focuses on syncopation, which is, it's called syncopation. It's like the emphasis on the offbeats. So most of, musical history is focused on notes that went together, you know what I mean? But the blues took notes that didn't always work together. Blues is a form of jazz. Jazz is African, but it was like European instruments. So like, why didn't jazz happen in Africa?
Are you filming? Scava bar. Put that in there. Thank you. All right. Enjoy, Yukava.
All right.
Kratom. How is it?
Wonderful.
It was, the former slaves who are in the U.S. had their music, from Africa, had a certain rhythmic structure to it. But then the Europeans who had already settled here, had all the had classical European instruments like trombone, trumpet. Once slavery was abolished, a ton of people came to New Orleans to find work who weren't working on who weren't slaves anymore. But they had that know-how of the rhythmic structure, and then once they were introduced to the instruments, they could take that rhythmic structure and put it, you make notes out of it. that I think music education should be an opportunity for students everywhere because, you know, it inadvertently just totally changed my life, you know.
I'm camera shy. How do you feel when you play?
How do I feel?
Yeah. When you play jazz and blues.
Powerful.
What do you mean, powerful?
Embodying, well, I'm sending a message, you know what I mean? Like a preacher feels, you know? When like a preacher is at his church or her church, you know, shouting, or like an activist, you know, in front of a crowd, you know? Because you have the power to send your message and put it upon somebody else. It feels really good. Yeah.
Driving, yeah. What did you say?
Dixieland was created in Chicago.
That's right, because the New Orleans musicians like Armstrong and all of them, New Orleans musicians, they went up north in Chicago and New York, and they brought the New Orleans music, and the Chicago guys started playing it, and then it came back down to New Orleans. But we didn't name it. The people from up north named it Dixieland. We just called it New Orleans music. The Italianos had a big deal with the birth of jazz in New Orleans. Nick LaRocca, Hold That Tiger, it's the LSU theme song now.
Okay.
Yeah, but Hold That Tiger, he recorded that in 1917. It was a history of Dixieland jazz, or New Orleans jazz, invented and nurtured by the Italianos, or the Sicilians. Civil rights came, and the Italianos and the black people could play together.
What got you into music?
My family, we all play music. You know, when you force a kid, you got to practice. 2 hours practice. Kids don't like that.
It's true.
You got to let them play when they want to play, and we'd give them every opportunity and inspire them.